Hello, welcome to our first bonus episode. You're like, damn, these bitches only have 4 episodes out and they're giving us a bonus? Well, yes, we are.
Absolutely.
For very good reason. Danny and I both love Love Island. We're Love Island girlies.
Yes, UK version. And it's our first time being able to watch live.
Yes, I
With
got
our
a
friends
VPN.
over the pond,
Yeah.
across the pond that way.
I'm not going to advertise this VPN for free, but I got a VPN so we could watch it.
Period.
And we've had a hard time because the site kept crashing. You bitches, all the girlies and the gays have crashed ITV2, and I'm kind of here for it.
The lagging, the buffering, the calculator quality.
It's bad, y'all. It's
so
bad.
Did we watch it anyway?
We did.
We did.
We did. Speaking of the gays, happy Pride Month
Yes,
to those
happy
who
Pride.
celebrate. But this episode is not going to be for Pride. This episode is about heterosexuals, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on the gay Love Island.
Yes.
The US version got the closest with casting people that identified as bisexual.
Like one.
What was
Two.
one girl?
Johnny and what's the really hot girl that I love that was in games? Kira?
Kira.
I think it's Kira.
I think it's Kira too.
Yeah.
I
So
have
it's
to
like
fact check.
2. So does that even count?
I mean, no, it's hardly.
Yeah.
It's hardly homo.
Hardly homo. A fully gay season. Like
Kind of like they did with
Ultimatum.
Ultimatum. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was so good. I want to
Yeah.
know the stats on that. I want to know how many people watched it versus
true.
the hetero.
Did you watch back in the day on MTV Are You the One?
No.
It was kind of when MTV was going downhill, and I feel like it was like their last stitch effort to get people to give a fuck about them. I don't know. I think the only thing that's keeping MTV afloat at this point is Jersey Shore, because they just keep going with all the spinoffs.
And Rob Dyrdek's show.
They still film that?
Non-stop. It's non-stop.
Go
Even
off,
if they're
Rob.
not filming it, it doesn't matter because there is 175,000 episodes of that stupid show. And Chanel West Coast, bless her heart, but I can't do it. I have not turned on MTV on purpose in very long.
Yeah. Are You the One? They had a season where it was like you could be you could be straight, you could be bi, you could be gay, you could be lesbian, you could be pan. And so they had this whole spectrum of sexuality on there, and you still had to find your person.
Oh.
So there were some straight couples, there were some,
Yeah.
it
Does
was
that
cool.
not make it more interesting?
Yes, very
Does that
much
not
so.
make it more dynamic? There's a lot more things involved.
Yeah.
And people have more in-depth conversations, I think,
Right.
about their identity.
Right. And it's not just like, I'm a girl, you're a guy, let's get together.
Yeah.
No.
He's ticking all my boxes, right?
Right. Which, I mean, no hate to heterosexuals.
I unfortunately am a heterosexual.
Yeah. So we just thought that we would get on. We both love watching it. So we thought we would do a little recap, give our first impressions, obviously talk about the astrology of it all, and just our first impressions and what we're loving and what we're hating.
I can't hate someone I don't know.
Right.
But I can definitely hate the behavior and I can definitely hate the
Right.
choices.
And maybe they're just not best for television.
Mm.
There are some people that could be great people. They just don't make good TV.
I'm fully here, but I had to fact check what her name is.
Kira?
Kira Green. Biracial, bicoastal, bisexual.
Triple bi.
A triple bi.
Halsey. Do you remember when that was her thing? I'm triple bi. Wait, is this a play on Halsey, or is that just a coincidence?
I don't think that Kira knows who Halsey is.
You don't?
Mm.
I feel like even if just as a meme, you know who Halsey is. Even if you didn't
Halsey?
Malsey. I feel like, yeah, even if you weren't here for that era,
Yeah.
most people know. I mean, she's played on mainstream radio. I feel like most people know who she is.
A lot.
And especially in the LGBTQ.
Yeah. But I think
Community?
that would be a deep cut. Plus as a mom, because she's a mom now.
Really?
Yeah, so I think the baby is
Where was I? I didn't even know she had a child.
Really?
Yeah.
What was with that? It was with
It was not with Gerald. Please tell me it wasn't with Gerald.
Who's Gerald?
G-Eazy?
No, absolutely not. I don't even remember who he is. But do you know who she's dating right now?
No. See, I have no idea.
I can't ever pronounce his name correctly. Yvonne from Victorious.
Oh, I did know this. I think I did know this. Oh,
They've been seen together
I
recently.
love him. He's so cute. He's so funny on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I should go give him a follow. You guys should follow us on TikTok.
You should.
It's Empaths and On Pod.
Okay.
We tried to keep it consistent across all social medias.
Yes. The only place where we're full Empaths Anonymous is YouTube.
YouTubes.
And obviously the podcast.
The YouTubes.
But shall we dive in? The first on the list is Harriet.
Harriet.
Oh, Harry.
I'm a girl's girl. Tossy your man and I want your man and then I'm not a girl's girl. Okay, you...
Exactly.
No.
It
was an immediate no.
Yeah.
She said that in the very beginning. It was like, what do you call that when they do like B-roll? It's like your spot.
Your
spot.
Yeah. Your intro B-roll.
My name's Harriet. I'm 24.
From Brighton.
Yo. Don't ask, but we'll tell you. We have a Google sheet.
We do. That's why I have my computer, is because I'm reading off the Google sheet. But she color coordinated, and there are columns for their age, their occupation, the sign that we guess they are, and the sign that they actually are. And we have notes. So it's Harriet. We'll get into this when we get to the other two, but she's part of the triplets, as we like to call them, because they look the damn same.
It's scary. We'll get into that too.
It took me a good 4 episodes.
I'm telling you.
To even tell them apart.
I'm still there.
Right?
I think today I asked you at least twice, because we watched 2 episodes today.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's that one? And it's already been, today was the 5th episode. I should know who everyone is. Everyone is supposed to have like a unique look and like a different face.
Yeah. Casting directors, what is up with that? Is the pool getting small?
I don't think so.
I mean, I know England's a small country and that this is the 11th season, but still, like, there's always going to be mid-20s.
There is a lot going on in England. No, I don't buy it. Not for a second.
Right?
It's like, how many girls do you need from Liverpool or like near there with the Scouse accent?
I know.
I
the
think
Scouse accent's good, though.
I love it, but now they're making it like bothersome to me because I don't care for their attitude.
I expect everybody with a Scouse accent to be like Hannah. And I think that's a false.
It is. It's really wishful thinking. You know what? Let's just proposition the casting directors to bring Hannah back every season until she finds love.
Absolutely.
That's kind of a good idea.
She needs to be on the millennial version. We think that they should make a millennial version of Love Island where everyone is like
30 plus.
Yeah. I mean, what's the latest year you can be and still be a millennial? Is it 1995?
Like the youngest?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're kind of considered zillennials. And those people are 29 right now.
So by the time that this would happen and they casted it, everyone would be like 30s. Because the youngest millennial right now is like 28, 29.
I think so.
ITV or whatever company owns Love Island in general, do an entire millennial season.
Whoever does the casting. I want people older who have maybe worked at least 2 jobs.
Have a little bit of life experience, been in a couple. And I know not everyone has a different dating journey, so not everyone's going to be in like multiple serious relationships, but have a little dating experience. Some of these babies are coming on here like 20, 21, and I'm like,
you're like fresh out of, what do they call it over there? Call their high school something different.
Yes, because it's college.
Right.
Because then it's uni when we call it college.
Right.
It's like 16 through 18. They're going to college.
Right.
It's
Before
not high school.
Is their primary.
Yeah. So that's Harriet.
I don't think we really have to talk too much about her because I don't want to be mean, but so far I haven't really seen anything that's impressed me about Harriet. Everything she's done so far has been really shady, sneaky, or immature and childish.
Very immature. It's giving Georgia S. Sorry, I don't want to be the biggest Georgia S hater, but I might be.
That is what it is.
Yeah. We guessed she was a Libra, which is interesting because she has 5, she's a Taurus sun, has 5 Taurus placements, and Taurus and Libra are ruled by the same sign. They're both ruled by Venus. So, in a way, we're in the realm.
Okay. I could see where our brain was going with this. Also, we did the guess because we knew that eventually it's getting more and more common to talk about zodiac and your signs, especially on the show. So we knew that eventually they were probably going to ask one another, right? And it would spoil it for us. So we had to do the guessing right away.
Yeah.
So the guessing happened on the first episode. So we really got like the smallest impression of them and made our first guess. So
yeah,
I'm impressed with that.
Yeah.
I like that it's in the realm.
Yeah. My instant eyebrow raise was when she said that her ick is somebody who doesn't like water. I guess if a guy came to me and was like, oh, I just don't like water. I don't like to drink water. I'd be like, how are you alive?
Is it drinking water or like, I don't like to be near the water?
No, her ick is someone who doesn't like to drink water. Okay. Next on the list is Kieran. He's 21. We know from recent episodes that he's a tool. It's giving Toby.
Yeah, unfortunately, Karen being a Capricorn is so upsetting to me because for the most part, Capricorn men are top notch.
Top tier.
You know, I recently found out Denzel Washington is also a Capricorn.
I love that.
Girl.
I can see that for sure.
Denzel Washington, Bradley Cooper. I'll name him just because he belongs in the category. Nicolas Cage.
Whatever.
Timothy Chalamet. Zayn.
There's a lot. There's a lot of Capricorn men.
Look it up. I'm not going to do the homework for you. But him being in the same category, but I can't. It's really upsetting. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but his most recent actions do not align. We do not claim him.
I was going to say I didn't really have much of an opinion on him in general until this last episode or last 2 episodes.
Until, in his own words, he fucked up. Oh, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Like, yeah.
I guess I can give a 21-year-old credit, a 21-year-old man at that credit that at least he like recognizes what he did wrong. I guess.
Yeah.
I'll throw him a little bit of a bone.
Yeah, it did take someone telling him he needs to apologize for him to apologize. But 21, he's got a long way to go.
Next up is, I think both of our faves are up there. Mimi. She's 24. She's a mental health nurse. We love that.
I really liked her from the beginning. It just really didn't seem like she showed up there with something to prove.
We originally thought that she was a Virgo just because she like showed up with a plan. She's like, I want kids by 30. I want an alpha male. Yeah. I really was getting Virgo vibes from her. Turns out she's a Pisces. She actually doesn't have any, at least in her big 6, she doesn't have any earth. She's all water and air.
Interesting. I definitely wouldn't expect it. I know that culturally there are also different things that influence your need for structure. So Pisces tend to pretty much be about their business though.
And I mean, I guess we'll address the elephant in the room because I mean, it's what our pod is about. I was disappointed that she was the only woman of color in the original group.
In the original group, the only woman of color and then the only man of color was Io.
Yeah.
Who we'll get to.
And I would love to talk about that too, is like they just gravitated towards each other. We see that so many times.
Every season.
Yeah, and even just in life.
Mm-hmm.
And just in life, if there's only one other black person in the room or one other Latina in the room or whatever, what have you, it's like we gravitate towards each other because it's a safety thing. And it's we can relate.
It's like, I know you probably feel just as uncomfortable as me right now.
So at least I have you.
It's like, oh, here we go again. Another space where it's just us.
Yeah.
And Manveer. And Manveer. Yeah. But yeah, it's them 3. And then it starts to feel like you're the token pick. It's like, did you pick me because you want me on the show and you think that I can add, a little flair, a different dynamic? Like, why did you pick me?
I'd love to know the strategy. And like, these are the core people we're going to use to start. And then these are the bombshells.
Right.
Because I feel like it used to be the core people from the beginning were the most likable ones. The ones that the audience like, yeah, I have my pick. I have my fave. Like, I want to make sure that she makes it to the end and find somebody. Yeah.
But from this group, there are like maybe less than a handful of people I can count on one hand that I would like really, really want to stay. Even after the 5th episode, which I feel like is pretty rare.
Right.
Because normally a week in, 5 episodes in, you already know. And that's how it was for me when I was watching the US version. It was Sally and Justine. They gave off those vibes immediately. I'm like, oh, I would be really, really sad to see them be voted off early.
I like Mimi. I was sad when she was left single because I thought that she was going to get voted out.
Especially because she got the 2 text messages. So she got the one where I thought the one was just going to say like you were not picked or you were not coupled up and you were going to be sent home. But then they said that her date was waiting for her. And I was like, yes, this is the plot twist we were waiting for. I needed a cliffhanger. I needed something to keep me on for next week.
And I'm excited to see more of Omar. I'm wondering if they paired him with her because he's more of what she's asking for. Because it seems like Io's going to be a bit of a game player. He's kind of smooth.
He literally called Uma edible.
She is.
He's not wrong. But like,
she's
just
cute.
Back it up for a minute. Like, relax.
I know.
I get it. I picked you for a date. I gave you a smoochy smooch, whatever. I took you up to the terrace. Okay, it doesn't mean I'm edible. I don't know. It just felt like really, really forward.
Speaking of Io, let's just get into him.
Yeah.
That tall.
He is really tall.
Drink of water. Yeah, some dark chocolate. Finally. He's 25. He's a model. And and a pro footballer or semi-pro.
A lot of them say that semi-pro. Does it just?
I'm like, okay, so if you're not good, just say that.
I'm not. If you fucking suck.
Yeah. Is it like playing for the Lake Elsinore Storm or whatever they're called versus being on the Padres?
That's probably a fair comparison.
Okay.
Is that maybe they're not quite in the major league.
Right. Well, then I'm even less impressed.
Rugby, right?
He plays soccer. But Kieran plays rugby.
Oh. So rugby is just called rugby.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. As we were saying, he's very overconfident. When he first came in, he just seemed like a lover boy. So we thought that we thought he was a Pisces.
So much more docile. Mm-hmm. And that's why we guessed water. That was all a scheme. I hope it's not a scheme and a scam.
I have my thing with Leo men. I love them. It's like a love-hate. I love Leos, genuinely, but sometimes there's something about Leos that I can't fully trust, and that's what he has.
You're not really sure.
I don't know what he's going to do.
There's something that makes you unsure.
Yeah, exactly. Capricorn moon, girl, a little avoidant. Cancer, Venus, and Mars, which is why he comes off as a lover boy, I think.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we guessed water there.
Yeah. My only note next to his name was smooth motherfucker in all caps. He knows that he can get away with it because he's 6'6" or 6'5" and cute.
Who's next?
Ronnie.
I don't know. Something about these last 2 episodes kind of made me not be so bothered by him. But initially,
I hate that.
Cancer?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a Cancer. There's always one man that I vehemently hate, and this season it's him. Last or whatever season Mitch was on originally, it was Messy Mitch.
Oh,
if you guys watch Australia, I fucking hate Zach. There's always one man every season that I'm like, can somebody get this motherfucker out? I know it's not Survivor, but vote him the fuck off the island because I cannot stand watching him anymore.
The tribe has spoken.
Yeah.
The chats have spoken.
Yeah. And so I thought that was going to be him because he came in strong, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to like him.
And he's like not cute enough to do it, which sounds really shallow.
Exactly.
But it's my truth, and that's what I'm going to share.
Honestly, but he's kind of been there for the girls. He's been there for the girlies. And I'm like, are you doing this because you actually care or because you want the tea?
Both,
I think.
Mm-hmm. He's a bit messy, I could see. How old is he again?
He's 27 from Southeast London, another semi-pro footballer. Lots of sports players this season. Mm-hmm. I said immediate ick. Next up is triplet number 2, Nicole. The one you always ask me who she is.
Yeah. No, I know who you're talking about now. I remember her because I don't mind her. I actually kind of like her. She works at her dad's shop. I work at the family business.
Well, first she said she's an accounts manager. And then
she said she's an accounts manager for her family business.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is a very, very popular occupation.
It is.
Even just watching 5 minutes of The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Which I don't even like that show at all. Everyone's senior account manager, manager of accounts.
Account executive.
Okay.
I'm like,
Variation.
Yeah. But yeah, I like her. That was my first impression, was that like she seems like she's gonna be a girl's girl. Yeah. She seems like she's gonna be fun.
Yeah. At first I was like not sure about it. She's also one of the younger ones, so 24.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
24,
she was 24
from
26.
the valleys.
She's cool with me. Like, we're chilling. And I do feel bad that she's kind of getting the runaround from a couple of people in the villa. Yeah. She doesn't really deserve it. She's just trying to be there and do what she wants to do. And there's people there that can't really seem to get their shit together. And then
Harriet.
And then she's in like the firestorm.
Kieran.
Which I feel like she could do 1,000 times better than Kieran.
Yeah. She seems really nice. We've immediately said that she kind of a little reminds us of Liberty Bell.
A little bit, but I do like, no one will ever replace Liberty Bell. So I'm kind of just like,
She's Liberty Bell. And Nicole's an Aries. And I wouldn't have guessed, we've guessed she was a Virgo. I wouldn't have guessed that, but now seeing her the last couple of episodes, I'm like, oh, she does have a little bit of fire. Also, I knew she was a fire sign because when she rage cries, which I do that. When I'm mad, I cry.
Oh, yeah.
I cry for a lot of emotions, but when I'm mad, I cry.
Yeah.
And then I'm pissed at myself for crying. But as soon as someone says some shit to her, she's like, you can see in her eyes, like, she's tearing up. She's getting red.
I'm like, not crying over a boy, I'm not. I'm not crying over a boy. I'm just pissed off.
And she's taking upset.
Is she taking the piss? Who was she crying to this last time? Was that Jess? She was crying to
either
somebody.
Jess or Patsy.
Yeah.
And they're okay. I think that Jess and Patsy are twins. If
So
the other three are triplets,
twins,
the triplets and the twins,
and then the Token Brown girls.
Yeah,
categories.
The girls this time just don't like. They're just not getting along.
I'm not here for that.
No, where's the camaraderie?
One of the main things that got me hooked on Love Island UK was that it wasn't any like petty, crappy bullshit between the girls.
I can't think of the last time that there was like a lot of drama between girls on that show.
Me either. And that's why I'm like a little bit surprised at this season. We're like so far into the franchise, it just doesn't make sense that the producers would use that as bait.
Like, that's not what we want to see.
No, I don't.
If you want to see that shit, go watch The Bachelor.
There's so many other places you can see that.
Yeah.
But you know, I wasn't not really here for it so far. So I do hope that changes, or that if it's not going to change between the people that are there, that they just go home. Honestly, Harriet's on her way out. So.
I hope so.
She's already made such a mess of everything.
But is it
like trying to make enemies of people like so quickly? I'm like, have you not?
She might be getting a little redemption because next on the list, he's a pusher, Katie. It is Sean, the candy pusher. Like, what the fuck kind of occupation is that? Like, I'm a candy salesman?
I'm a sweet salesman. Yeah, my favorite, the blue fizzies. I thought he was fucking
taking the
piss.
Fizzies.
Oh. I really thought he was joking when they did his B-roll and they had him, or the intro, and they had him behind a sweets counter. I'm like, this is a joke, right?
I want more info. Like, is he selling, like, is he like the salesperson of like, I'm supplying the candy to these different stores? You know, like we've got some like Cadbury eggs. Like, I'm going to sell these to the local Publix or whatever. I don't know what UK stores
they just get them wholesale. I'm not going to get them from a random man.
No, I know, but like, what if he like works for the company?
Oh, then you're
like,
a sales representative.
Sales. That's what I'm saying. He's a candy salesman. I think that he works in sales in candy.
Let's hope
for a candy company.
Let's hope that's it, because I've also seen these people on TikTok that sell UK candy or different candies from different countries all around the world. Yeah.
So you think he's just like an independent candy contractor?
Yes. I do. It might sound a little bit silly, but just the way that he's posed it, like, why wouldn't you just say that you're a salesperson?
He's 25. We thought that he was an air sign. He is a Scorpio.
We don't really know that much about him.
He's, I don't want to say boring. He just really hasn't shown up yet. Like, he hasn't given us anything. He hasn't gotten a lot of screen time. Does he not look like somebody who would be in like a World War II movie?
For sure.
The way he does his hair and like just his look.
It's giving 1940s soldier.
Yes.
I agree. I have to agree with that. It's a very niche explanation, but I'm happy with it. You know who you look like? You know who you look like? I'll tell you. Civil War soldier. That's prior to the 1940s. But
yeah, I mean, men need to go to war, honestly, at this point.
Just go.
Like, I'm sorry. Men used to like write women love letters from different fucking continents. Before there was any internet, before there were phones, they would write their women letters. Now, all you're going to do is like watch my story and not respond to me for weeks. Like, go to war.
The tea.
Please, go make something of yourself. Anyway, I'm having a time. He's at his best features, his smile. He's romantic. He's confident. He's a candy pusher. He also admitted to the group, which bold choice, that he's a cheater. And nobody else admitted it.
That's right. That was a choice. All right, who's a cheater? Go.
Me. Not me. Not Hermione.
Yo.
Okay, what do we want more? Like, do we want them to lie? Like, I think that some other people are lying or omitting.
Sure. I don't think
he can't be the only cheater.
He can't be the only one. A bunch of like young people who are good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure at least one more person in that group has cheated and just didn't say.
Yeah.
Because they understand how it's probably going to look on television and the impact it's going to make on your time in the villa.
This was day one.
Yeah.
They're like playing a get to know each other game, and it's like, I'm a cheater. I cheated one.
Very nonchalantly, might I add.
Yeah, and nobody really explored it further.
No, they're probably like, oh, you're a Scorpio.
For real. I really want to see his Scorpio come out, because I really do. Scorpios get a bad rep, and I personally enjoy Scorpios, so I want to
enjoy
see
Scorpio women very much. I suppose I just haven't met that many Scorpio men.
Yeah, I don't know that many Scorpio men. Personally, I know Penn Badgley is a Scorpio, and he fits the bill.
I love him.
We all love him.
Hey, you.
Ari dropped her music video.
We did. When I got home from work, it was already playing on the television.
She's taking the piss.
Always.
You know? Is she taking the piss, or is she just so unserious, or she's just so tapped in to what our age demographic loves? Because she's one of us.
One of us. I think it's all of the above.
Enough about cheaters. Next is Patsy.
Patsy.
The redhead.
Yes. Before we move on, because I'm okay with her. We have a family ghost, and her name is Patsy. Fun fact.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why am I just hearing of this?
I have never told you about Patsy.
No. Is Patsy the one beating my door down in the middle of the night?
Well, she's not really based on a real person.
Oh.
We just named the noises. Basically.
Why have you not told me this?
I don't know. Because I guess we haven't really heard her for a while. But
I always blame Grandpa. I'm like,
what you're
Grandpa.
experiencing is probably Grandpa.
Okay.
Because that's not really Patsy. Okay. Patsy likes to slam doors. She'll make random noises, not like vocal noises or anything that sounds like a human. Or like things will fall, and I'm like, okay, it's Patsy. She's a friendly ghost. She's like our family Casper. Do you want to tell them what you heard?
Oh my god, you guys, ghost stories. So the other night, I'm laying in bed. I'm like trying to fall asleep, or I don't know. I think I had just turned the lights out, which was what made it so spooky. And then all of a sudden, there's like this. You know that sound when someone's like trying to open a doorknob and they can't? And the door is like boom, 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 like beating into the frame, like jiggling. Mm-hmm. It was jiggling, girl. Yeah. So there was that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The way you explained it to me, you said the door was rattling.
Rattling, that's the word, not jiggling. The door was rattling. And then all of a sudden, and I know that everyone in the house is like either sleeping or like in their beds. Yeah. And all of a sudden I hear this like low male voice go, hello?
Like that?
Yeah, I know.
That's my grandpa, y'all.
I think it is. The
way you just said that. Interesting.
Yeah. Patsy said right out the gate that she's a Sagittarius. I'm like, yes, you are, baby. Yes, you are.
Yeah, it was immediate. I'm Patsy. I'm a Sagittarius, and I've got a little arm.
Yeah, adorable.
Very, very upfront.
I was like, that's my bitch. If there's one thing about a Sagittarius, we're gonna let you know that we're a Sagittarius. She says she's loud. She gets bored easily. She is disabled, which she told. Who did she tell that to? Munveer.
Everybody.
I thought that she told Munveer by herself first. Oh. She was like, this isn't something I normally tell people. It's a little bit hard because it's vulnerable. And she's not going to be the mom of the group. Which, I don't know. She kind of is being the mom.
She is naturally the mom. I feel like when she said that, she just already knows herself.
Yeah.
So, it's okay, Patsy.
Like, well, all the girls,
the best of us, they need a mummy.
All the other girls are at least 5 years younger than her. There's a 5-year age gap between her and the next oldest girl.
Yikes.
So it's like, it's just naturally you're going to be, hopefully, 5 years more mature than them.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if they're not looking for someone who's like a motherly figure, someone who's older than you and probably has more dating experience, obviously more life experience, you might have questions for them.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's why they got into it, her and Jess.
Yeah.
Because Jess, I think, said something like, well, if I was a real friend, I would have never told you to do this and this.
Right.
It was one or the other. Yeah. It was one or the other telling Harriet to do something or not to do something.
Yeah, and she told her, I mean, maybe it's the Sagittarius thing, fire sign thing of like, if you feel something and you're upset at how this person treated you, go confront them, go talk to them.
And Harriet, by her own admission, was feeling embarrassed.
Yeah.
About how he treated her. Whether that was true or not, or whether Kieran agreed or not, those were Harriet's feelings.
Yeah.
So she was looking for some type of apology or looking to like maybe get closure by explaining herself to him. And so Patsy was like, go, I'll back you up.
I'll back you 100%.
I'll back you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, absolutely.
What's wrong with that? We are in full support on this podcast of speaking your truth and saying your feelings.
And kindness.
We were just talking to your daughter about that today, about you will never get punished in this house for saying what you feel. Period.
Exactly. And you just give her the tools to say it nicely, to say it kindly.
Yeah.
There's going to be times where it's confusing and she doesn't know how to express it, and it may come out in a way that feels inappropriate to an adult, but in a child's brain, they do not have logic readily available. It has to develop. You are not born with logic.
Yeah.
You learn it. Just psychology stuff. Just psychology stuff. Just like parenting things, like just reading books.
I'm just reading books.
So yeah, overall, we really like Patsy, actually.
I do.
Yeah.
I would say she's in my book. Yeah. She's in my top 2 girls at the moment.
Okay.
Her and Mimi.
Yeah.
So far.
I like that.
Yeah. Next, R.I.P. is Sam,
the hairdresser.
I liked him. Out of all the boys, he was my favorite.
He gave a really good first impression.
He does.
And I don't think that he was really given a fair shot.
No.
He wasn't given a fair chance.
Yeah. We didn't really have any info on him. Like, we guessed that he was a fire or an air sign. But we never found out because he didn't stick around long enough. So R.I.P. Sam, we really liked you. Bye. Maybe they'll bring you back as in Casa more or something. Sometimes they do that.
Yeah.
The girls missed an opportunity.
Right?
If someone said I was they were a hairdresser, I'm like, I will couple up with you.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna make my hair look good every day.
I'm looking for a professional.
Exactly.
You're gonna bring me my coffee and then you're gonna do my hair.
Yeah.
However which way I say.
Give me a slick back bun.
He was specifically a women's hairstylist. Hello.
I just loved his vibe. I loved the tattoos. Like, he seemed
had a cute
like
haircut.
a cheeky chappy, just so happy.
Yeah, he had a cute haircut.
Yeah.
He seemed there for a really good time.
He seemed pretty genuine. But
I do hope to see him again. I do. Next up on the docket is Samantha. Samantha, 26, makeup artist from Liverpool. So the Scouse. She's bubbly, looking for laughs and company. She falls in love easily, and she's ready to settle down and change nappies. So we guessed
another girl with a plan.
But we guessed either a Libra or a Cancer. She is in real life a Virgo sun, Aquarius moon with a Cancer Venus.
Okay. So we weren't too off. I can kind of see the Virgo just because she is a girl with a plan, and she is a bit, I wouldn't say she's serious, but she's very straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward, kind of like about the business.
Yeah, is who she is. She's a third triplet.
She is one of the three that we cannot tell apart. Who's that again? Wait, I thought the triplets were Samantha, Jess, and Harriet.
No, Jess and Patsy look alike.
You're right.
And Nicole
You're
look
right.
like the other girls. See, we obviously still are having some questions on who's who.
Yes. Okay, speaking of Jess, 25, retail manager. I'm very picky. I'm materialistic. I've got a hard outside and a gooey inside. So, Christina guessed Cancer because of crab shell. She ends up being a Taurus sun, Capricorn moon. She does have a lot going on.
She is growing on me.
Yeah, at first I was just indifferent. I really didn't have an opinion on her at all.
And she didn't really get that much screen time in the first 3 episodes.
No, not really.
I don't really feel like we saw her until that whole argument happened.
Yeah. And then when that happened, we started to see the more rational side. So I like that she was rationalizing and helping the two dinglebirds just step off the ledge for a second, ladies. It's gonna be okay. Next, we've got Moonveer. I love Moonveer.
From the jump, from the promos, I was like, this is gonna be my guy.
I've got the TikToks in the inbox to prove it. She was like, Moonveer. And I'm like, I know. I see you. What's happening? It got us. We wrote 11 out of 10. Very confident fire sign. He's got 150 matches on Hinge. He's ready to settle down. And someone immediately asked, we had guessed fire sign, but someone had immediately asked him his birthday. Mm-hmm. And it was established that he's an Aquarius.
That was really that's the red flag for me. And the overconfidence is a telltale sign of insecurity.
Yeah. The 150 matches on Hinge, congrats.
Right?
If that's an accomplishment for you, I feel bad. Because you're 30.
You have 150 matches, but you're still single, my guy.
Yeah, that was a weird flex. Aquarius Sun, Aries Moon, Pisces Mercury, and Venus Aquarius Mars.
Yeah. He's the oldest.
Actually, the next person is the oldest.
Oh,
but
okay.
He's the oldest of the OGs.
Yeah, and I like him. I mean, I'm leery of him because he's an Aquarius man, and we know that they are horrible at commitment. But I think that he's nice. He's kind.
He's so nice.
He has great fashion. So far, I'm okay with it, and I'm happy that he and Patsy are paired together now.
Yeah, they seem like a pretty chill coupling.
Right.
I don't think they're a romantic coupling. I'm not seeing that from them. But I like that they can be friends. That's why I like when older people are on Love Island, because they understand the strategy of it all.
Right.
And they're not in there crying 3 days out of 5. Take notes, Harriet.
Even the first, it was the first or second day, and they were already getting territorial. I'm like, you guys.
Yes.
You've known these
and
people
the guys
for 48
hours.
No.
When Joey Essex, the bombshell, which I guess everybody knows, and I don't know him. Sorry to this man.
Yeah. So my mom, Maybe she's just gonna make a cameo into every episode.
Crystal. We should call it Hey Crystal.
We should. That's her segment. She loves British TV. She subscribes to BritBox specifically to watch Graham Norton and to watch The Only Way is Essex. And she really wanted me to get into it. She's like, I think you'll really like it. It has 19 seasons. I'm like, no.
It's like the Grey's Anatomy of UK, but reality version. That's too much for me. Sorry, Crystal. Okay, Joey is 33. The notes, King of Essex. What the fuck? We didn't get to guess his sign, probably because they said it. Or
I immediately knew he was going to be a Leo.
He's a Leo. It's whatever.
He's a reality TV whore. Like, what else do we have to say?
He's been around the block, you know?
Yeah.
He's already getting into it with like different people in the villa, and I'm like, you just got here, and he's in between this person and this person. That person likes him, and that person likes him. I'm just like, I don't even really care what he's up to be honest.
No, we're not here for
I'm
Joey.
not really that interested in Joey. There are other people I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And then the last person who we briefly discussed earlier, which is Uma, who is our
first female bombshell.
First female bombshell. That's right.
And she's a good one.
Because I'm not really sure that they're calling Omar a bombshell because they specifically brought him in for Mimi at the end of the episode.
To go on I feel like he'll still be a bombshell
because he's just coming in
Yeah.
off the streets. And Uma is, of course, also Leo. So yeah, it's really fire heavy this season.
5 fire signs in general.
5 fire signs in general, because Patsy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not a lot of, Munveer is the only air sign.
Oh, no. Nicole is Aries. Yep, so that's
Aries.
Another fire.
Munveer's
no Geminis. No Libras.
Thank
you know
God.
why.
They do make good
bitches.
TV, though. They do make good TV, but I'm not a Gemini hater. I love a Gemini. I love a female Gemini. I don't really know many male Geminis.
Are we coming to the conclusion that we don't like men?
We've established that since episode 1.
Absolutely. So yes, the reason why 5 episodes in, we cannot tell 3 different women apart from them, and then 2 separately. So we've got the triplets and the twins.
Yeah.
The triplets being, let me try really hard at this, Harriet, Nicole, Samantha.
Yeah, you got it.
I've got it.
Wow.
I'm a girl's girl. Until I'm not.
Until I'm not.
And then the twins, who are Patsy and Jessica. The filler is filling.
It's filling. And let's just preface this by I get Botox. I'll be honest about that.
Yes.
I will never put a woman down for doing things to her face or her body that make her feel more confident. So that's not the issue here. No. Get your filler, do what you want, live your life.
I'm not shaming any of these girls for doing whatever it is to make them feel confident. I am not shaming their choices.
No.
It is just excessive. And they're also too young.
So young, and they all look the same. Are you going to the same doctor?
It's all the same. If the filler all goes into the same spots in your face, you're going to end up with tiny, tiny pillows all in the same spots in your face.
Yeah.
And you're going to have the same face as Samantha, as Harriet, as the other one, Nicole.
Yeah. And there's somebody on TikTok who is a filler expert, an injection specialist.
Interesting.
Who talks about how if you get filler too early, you will end up looking too old.
Yes. When you're youthful, you have collagen. It naturally produces. You have elasticity. It's why your skin is so supple and gorgeous and wrinkle-free.
Right.
So it's you got to take advantage of those years and then just keep up with it with more natural supplements, because then I think it's more of an addiction. You start with a little bit and you probably really like how you look. And you're like, well, what if I just do a little bit more here? And what if I just do a little bit more here?
Yeah.
It's like the lips. Obviously, the lip filler has been a thing for a long time.
Right.
So it's those big puffy lips. I'm used to seeing those. But now it's the buccal fat removal and the cheeks. And it's under the cheek. And then the actual cheekbone is looking what's happening. And
it looks like they have either jaw Botox or jaw filler. Because unless that's just how their shape is. But both Harriet and Whitney have Samantha have very pronounced jawlines. And it's part of the whole Kylie Jenner thing is she has a very pronounced jawline, so people get Botox or filler in their jaw to make it look that way.
Yeah. Is it supposed to be a slimming thing? Because it's like the more round you look, essentially the more full you look.
Yes, it's like that. People are going for that like Angelina Jolie, like sculpted look.
Yeah, well, only Angelina Jolie looks like that.
Exactly.
And that's okay. She's a very beautiful woman.
Right.
But like so is every other woman. So I think most of the time it just makes me sad.
It makes me feel sad for them that they feel like they have to do that.
Right. In excess.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. If I have no idea what your real face actually looks like, and I can't tell you apart from the next girl who is not a relative of yours. At least I don't think so. Speaking of Harriet and this last episode and her tears through filler. The way that the producers did her so dirty, the editors did her so dirty with that.
It's gonna be a
slow-mo.
meme.
It is a meme.
It's like almost as bad as like Kim K's cry face meme. Because she's leaning back, like they're in like the dressing room or like up in that top terrace area, and she's with the girls, and she's just like.
Anyway, she is has lost it, and that wasn't even the first time that she lost it this week.
No, she started crying like day 2, day 3,
which is fine to cry. We love crying.
Yes.
It's not what we're saying. It was like the reason for why she was crying, and like how she was already so territorial at the very beginning when like nobody knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
You were barely in a couple. So it just got really confusing. And also, I don't even think that she really liked Karen that much to begin with. I think that she just got jealous.
And she's playing games, like the whole, like her pulling Joey to go to the hideaway just to make him jealous. And then he saw right through that. And that was what literally sealed her fate. Yeah. With both her and Joey. Because Joey was also like, no.
Yeah, it gave them the ick.
Yeah.
That's their ick.
And the fact that she did that to her own friend.
Yeah, because then it directly affected whoever Joey was with at the time, Samantha, triplet number 2.
And Nicole.
Right. And then Nicole.
It all stemmed from Nicole pulling Kieran. But it's like, I'm sorry, they actually like each other.
Right. I think they are a better match.
I think so.
I think Nicole and Kieran are a better match, even though I don't necessarily care too much for Kieran. At least he's showing like some remorse for his behavior. Whereas the thing is, it just got out of control.
Overall, they're just getting very he said, she said. They're talking about me. They don't have my back, blah, blah, blah. Like, well, are you being a trustworthy friend? Are you being truthful to people? Or are you going back behind their back and then saying something when they leave? It's like, it takes one to know one. If you want somebody who's going to look out for you, you also have to look out for others.
Right. You can't expect someone to be an upstanding friend to you and you're a shitty fucking piece of shit.
Right. Tell us how you really feel. But
well, it's like with Kieran specifically.
Yeah.
Dickpulsive is what we called him.
He's Dickpulsive.
He told Nicole, I really want to kiss you, but I can't be messy in front of Harriet. And then
you're my number one. I like you 100%.
And then went to bed with Harriet because that's who he's in a couple with. And they made out that night. They woke up in the morning and he made Nicole, not Harriet, a coffee. Then Nicole pulled Harriet aside and was like, waiting for Harriet to be truthful about this and this and this. Do I think she probably could have gone to Karen first? I guess. Or maybe pulled the both of them. Like, let's get in the habit of pulling both of these fools who made a conscious choice together.
I can see why Nicole did that, though, because she's not coupled with Kieran. But it's like she's like Harriet's supposed to be her friend.
Yeah.
And I think she's trying to be a girl's girl.
Yeah.
And she's going by girl code of like, oh, let me talk to my girl first and see what happened. Yeah. But she didn't give her any information.
No, she just stayed cold and quiet.
Yeah.
And then it was Karen who ended up telling her the truth.
Yeah.
That they did make out the night before. And so, yes, Nicole was rightfully pissed off because that was a shitty thing for Karen to do. Again, 21.
We originally felt like Kieran's the villain. Is Kieran the villain or is Harriet the villain? Or are they both just fucking messes?
Yeah, I think they share the top spot, in my personal opinion, at the moment.
They were paired together for a reason.
Yeah. The only difference is what I said is that at least Karen is attempting to be responsible.
Right.
And apologized. But Harriet did not want to apologize to Nicole and didn't even feel like Nicole deserved an apology.
And especially Kieran being 21, I can throw him a bone for that. If he was like 30,
no.
If he was like above 25, I'd be like, no.
Yeah. No excuses.
Yeah.
Overall, you've had more time to figure out that that's not how you do things. You know, you found yourself in situations before where you know that that's not the right thing to do.
Overall, who are your top picks?
Yeah, I haven't really said my top picks. I think because I'm still kind of like thinking on it. But if I really had to pick, I just don't know anyone well enough. I really like how down to earth Uma seems to be so far. So I guess I'll pick her as my top girl.
Okay.
And my top guy looks-wise is still Moonveer, but I'm just so apprehensive about that man. And I don't really think that we've had a real true chance to know him. Like,
no.
He's pretty laid back.
It's going to be a while. He's an Aquarius. He's not going to show us who he is.
A lockbox and a locket instead of a vault. Personality-wise, only because he's made like a redemption from earlier in the week to today. Don't hate me.
You're gonna say Ronnie.
I'm gonna say Ronnie because I think that he's annoying.
Yeah,
but sometimes cancers can be annoying.
True facts.
And if he wants to be Turbo Ronnie, then we're just gonna let him do that because at least he's a good friend.
I'll allow him some more time to warm up.
Well, Karen for me took the number 1 spot of dislike. Ronnie didn't do anything except be annoying. Karen actually did something, a bad thing.
Yeah. Overall, I get so overexcited because I started watching Love Island in 2018 or 2019. Then 2020 happened, and we all know, I was just in my house, and I went back and I watched every single past season and every franchise season that was out at the time. I think at the time there was only one. I think Love Island US started 2020. That was their first season, and then there was one Australia season. Oh. So I watched every single season. Wow. Known to man before that. And every single year I've gotten so excited for it because I truly think it's the best dating reality show. And so I'm a little underwhelmed, and I know it's the first week. I always feel this way in the first week. But usually there's at least 1 or 2 people that I'm like, oh yeah, I love them.
Right. You want to rally for those people. You want to root for them and help them, or hope that they make it to the end.
Yeah. So I will say I hope that Uma brings some spice. And Omar, I hope they shake things up. I hope that things get a little spicy this next week.
Yeah, and I want other people to test other people's choices and behavior, which is why we watch the show, because it's a sign of intelligence.
I really want to see some people out of there. To be honest, Sean, yeah, you're cute, but you're boring. Bye, Harriet. Sick of you. Bye.
Get out, all of you. Go bring in some new people. Fresh meat. Fresh meat.
Who casted? And what was your reasoning?
The core group is supposed to be so much different than this. This is feeling lazy.
It kind of is. This just an off year? It's just very lackluster. Not a lot of personality. Not a lot of vibes.
Season 11, it's supposed to be good,
Bring the vibes.
Double ones.
Yeah. So yeah. We just wanted to do this as a little bonus because we were excited and we love Love Island. Hopefully you guys do too.
Love Love Island. Love Love Island.
Yeah. And we did want to relate it in some way to the theme of the show. Talk about some race and culture. Talk about a little mental health.
Talk about relationships.
Not
being a shitty friend and then expecting someone to be a good friend back to you.
Exactly.
When you don't even know what that is. Yeah, that's pretty much it. In regards to the couples that are already coupled up, I don't think that I would really change it around. What I think would be interesting, however, is Patsy and Ronnie.
No. A Sagittarius and a Cancer? I mean, I guess he does have some fire placements.
I think that they would have good banter.
Maybe. Am I just being a hater like I am about Patrick?
I think they would be interesting. I'm not saying they would be compatible, but if you think about it, Patsy and Moonveer don't have the romantical connection.
At least not yet.
No, I don't know if it's buildable.
He just seems so reserved.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll take a little bit to get him out of his shell.
Yeah. Is that a pretty common pairing anyway? A Sagittarius and Aquarius?
Friendships. Sagittarius and Aquarius friendships tend to work out really well because they're both intellectual philosophers. They can have deep chats.
Yeah.
Friendship. So, yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah. I guess my ones to watch are I really want to see what happens with Mimi and Io. And I want to see what happens on this date with Omar. He was really cute.
Yeah. We haven't officially met him yet. So I'm excited to meet him on Monday.
Yeah. I will always root for Black Love when it's appropriate. I just hope that Io doesn't give her the runaround. Because she's a Pisces, so she's going to keep holding out for love.
I see what you're saying. Even though he's coupled up with Uma.
Well, Uma picked him. It's not like he picked Uma.
That's right.
So it's I feel like he's going to kind of play both of them. He's going to be to Uma, oh, I'm so glad you picked me. And then turn back around to Mimi and be oh, so sorry. I couldn't control that she picked me.
100%
I still want to get to know you. Yeah.
100% in for the game. Especially now that Omar's in the picture.
Yeah. Yeah. He's so jealous.
Yeah. He's I have actual competition.
Yeah.
because I basically told Mimi to F off as soon as Uma got here. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting.
Yep.
We love human behavior, and we have no shame in watching Love Island. So if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, that's fine. I don't like how everyone has access to the hideaway.
No, that's
another
weird.
thing that they changed this season where it was like it was exclusive for a reason, and now it's not going to feel like a treat.
No.
So So maybe they're going to bring in a different treat.
Yeah,
they're going to surprise me. I'm looking for some surprises because so far this is lackluster.
Something needs to happen.
I need some sprinkle.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. If you made it all the way to the end, comment a island emoji on our TikTok or Instagram. Our TikTok's popping off, guys. So if you are a TikToker versus an Instagram girl, follow us on TikTok.
Yeah. Wherever you do your social medias. What is it? A palm tree?
Palm tree.
Palm tree, yes. And still, please expect a regular episode on Wednesday. We're not holding out. It's bonus.
It's just a bonus. It's Saturday, so there's no Love Island today. So you can listen to this, get caught up, share your thoughts. We want to have some dialogue.
Yeah. I love to pull you for a chat.
Pull us for a chat.
And we'll see you Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.